Hey guys, welcome back to my video, and today we are going to make a short calculator of perimeter area calculator. So over here we are going to use the same arithmetic operators but make them in a more useful way. So what are we doing here? First we are going to create a project for a square, next for the area of a square, then a perimeter of a square, then area of a rectangle and perimeter of the rectangle. So using the formulas which we have learnt in school, we are going to create a project on that. So let's get started. Now guys, to find the square of a number, what are we doing? So we have, now in this program, how many variables are we using? First let's try to find that. So have you got your answer? We have a and square only. Alright, I'll show you. We don't need another variable because they both are the same number to find the square. So that's the solution. Let's code it. Here we are. Now what are we doing here? So basically we created a variable called 10. We have initialized a new variable called square and set it to a into a. And how are squares? Like the multiply to itself. So now we are printing square of, and we concatenate a with square. Now let's try to run this. Square of 10 is 100. Now in this program, why have I concatenated this? Now let's say I put 11. We get the square of 11. So basically now here I can just put any number I want. Let's say 434. And boom, answer in seconds. Later, if this video gets at least 5 likes, I am going to enhance this. Okay, now moving on to the next one. Let's save this. I'll just keep it my name from which I can recognize. We are going to create a new one. And start. Here, to find the area of a square, what do we do? Okay, like, so we have a side, we multiply it to itself and we get the answer, which is the area of square. So now you guess, how many variables do we need? 2. Simple as that. So let's start. First I'm going to initialize a side variable. Alright, now we have created the next one. We are going to run it and area is 100. Now let's try it with other ones. So basically we are like just finding the square. So just finding the square, we have enhanced it into a new form. Get the idea? Now let's start with the new one. So first I'm going to save it here and we are going to name it nice. Now the next one, as I told, is the perimeter of a rectangle, or actually perimeter of a square. And what's the formula to that? It is simple, the side into 4. So this is I'm not adding a comment because I know this is a program to find the perimeter of a square. Now you guess what things do we need? Here it's a trick question. So we have a side, we have into 4 equals to, and blah blah blah. Peri means perimeter. Now how many variables do we need? The answer is 2. 4 is not a variable here, we don't need it as a variable. So we have peri and side. So let's start. Try to code with me. Pause the video, make the code by yourself and check it. Alright, start. Oops. Now let's try to run it. And we have perimeter equals to 40. Alright. one, we have the area of a square and perimeter of a rectangle. Area of a rectangle and perimeter of a rectangle. So we are going to start with that. Here we name it as peri square. Save. Now we are going to create a new project that is for perimeter of a rectangle. Now here we have side A, we have side B, both get multiplied to get us the simple area. So how many variables do we need? I have shown you the answer already, 3. So let's start. And also remember, I recommend using underscores as a habit to name variables, because even in other languages they don't accept a space. That's why when you are creating usernames, you need to use an underscore, and so we are doing now. So side A, let's say the length of it, now you can have any unit, it's 10, and side B equals to 20. Now if the sides were same, so it's a square. Here we are finding for a rectangle. Remember that. That's why we need 2 different variables. Now area equals to side B, or you can say side A into side B. Now we are printing area is 200. Now let's save. Now next we are going to try to find the perimeter of the rectangle. Here what are we doing? Now this is a very different formula, so that's why I am going to mention it. So perimeter of a square is 2 into side A. Now you can say length into breadth. I'll rather say length into breadth. Length plus breadth. Sorry. So perimeter equals to 2 into length plus breadth, and let's start coding. So length stands for L, let's say 10. B stands for 20, breadth. Then we have peri, which stands for perimeter, which is L 2 into L plus B. Now simple as that, we are going to print it. Concatenation with peri. Let's try to run this, and the perimeter of that rectangle is our legendary 60. Now as final, we are going to save it. So that's for today, and I would really like to comment so that I know what you really want next. Calculator video is coming soon in rather a week or so. Stay tuned for the next video. And I know, like, I learned zooming and stuff. Thanks, I guess. Alright, but bye for now. Adios.